Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Pablo cracking this deep. About to react to this vid by Spill Sesh. It's titled 8 Passengers Ruby Arrested. I feel like I have reacted to this lady before. She has like a family channel, right? The 8 passengers mom arrest is worse than we thought. Should I react to that video? No, I'll watch this one. But yeah, let's see what's going on with this lady.
You guys, Ruby from the 8 Passengers family channel has been arrested. This is probably the most insane news because I didn't really see this coming or think that this was something that would actually happen, but it has. And news are slowly starting to come out with more information in regards to the arrest. According to reports, both her and her connections partner, Jody, were arrested for child abuse. The photos were posted to the Washington County Sheriff's Office website where they listed both Ruby and Jody's arrests, both for 2 counts of aggravated child abuse. And the news was also confirmed by Fox 13 Salt Lake City, who reported on the arrest in an article writing 8 passengers mother arrested for 2 counts of aggravated child abuse. Washington County, Utah, 8 passengers mother Ruby Frankie and founder Jody Hilbrand of the Parent Counseling Service Connections were arrested Wednesday night for 2 counts of aggravated child abuse. The Washington County Sheriff's Office confirmed that they have been placed in custody for intentionally or knowingly committing aggravated child abuse at 9:33 p.m. Earlier Wednesday, the Springville Fire Department responded to a mutual aid incident at Hilbrand's residence in Springville at 3:44 p.m. for nearly 2 hours. It is not known yet if the incident is related to Frankie and Hilbrand's arrest 6 hours later. Ruby's daughter Sherry even posted to her story saying, "Finally," and later wrote, "Hi all, today has been a big day. Me and my family are so glad justice is being served. We've been trying to tell the police and..."
I reacted to them 3 years ago. It says 8 passengers exposed by their own children. I don't remember this video. It was 3 fucking years ago. But their face definitely was familiar. Anyway, let's see what you guys say.
CPS for years about this, and so glad they finally decided to step up. Kids are safe, but there's a long road ahead. Please keep them in your prayers and also respect their privacy. This is just such an insane situation.
You sick
and
bitch.
Not too much has been made public, I'll say that. Right now, all I can say is that from what it looks like, from all the news outlets that have reported on the subject, is that Ruby and Jody were the only ones arrested. I know some people are talking about Kevin possibly being arrested, which is Ruby's husband, but I haven't seen any news outlets reporting on it, and even on the Washington County Sheriff's Office website, I'm only seeing Ruby and Jody listed under arrests. There was a Reddit user that posted Frankie arrest information verified. There's people that have been talking about it just since they claim that it is verified information, but like I said, I'm kind of on the fence of believing it because they claim that Kevin was arrested. It is
child malnourishment. Children's friend children with some parameters. Oh, not you starving the kids. Put her under the jail.
I'm kind of on the fence of believing it because they claim that Kevin was arrested, and I haven't seen any proof of that yet. But they said an insider who does not wish to be identified has come forward with information. We have verified that they were in fact present at the scene, but cannot provide further detail in order to respect their privacy. Here's what they are comfortable sharing. Please note that some of the contents may be emotional/disturbing as child abuse/neglect is insinuated. They said 20 officers responded at the scene with representatives from federal, state, and local levels. 2, Kevin and Ruby were arrested separately. Ruby has been spending much of her time at Jody's residence in a different city. And 3, there are reports of child safe in a different city, like you're talking about how Ruby and Jody were arrested in the same city, which is a different city than Kevin is in. It could possibly be the reason why that information is in his firm place, but who knows? I guess we will just have to wait and see. But the story ended up making the local news, but there wasn't really too many details given to really explain the reasoning behind all of this.
Springville police tell Fox 13 News an incident that started in the St. George area this afternoon had them checking up on 2 children of local YouTube stars Ruby and Kevin Frankie from the popular 8 Passengers YouTube channel. Now, the incident in St. George led them to try and find 2 children in the Springville area where the mother Ruby lives. They say Ruby was on her way to St. George because of a family emergency and asked a family friend to pick up 2 of her 6 children. St. George police have confirmed with Fox 13 that the Santa Clara Islands Police Department is handling the case in southern Utah. Now, the 2 children, 2 daughters, were found unharmed at a home in American Fork.
This is just insane. I'm not sure if the family friend she asked to watch her 2 kids was Jody, and that's when things went bad, or what. but I'm sure as time goes on, more details will be revealed to the public. I also want to mention, since we're talking about this family, that their 8 Passengers family vlog channel was recently taken down.
Yeah,
it was sometime last month that the channel was no longer on the YouTube platform anymore. I don't know if it was Ruby that did it, I don't know if it was Kevin, but the channel is no longer there. And that channel is really what got them talked about in the first place. I mean, there were so many videos on that channel that showed them talking about their parenting and what they did to their children and what they put their children through. And people have said for years that content should not have been made, that it shouldn't have been posted. And people have judged them all these years for, one, posting that content because it's embarrassing as a child for your parents to be posting your punishments onto a YouTube channel and making money off of that.
I just talked about this in a recent video. I said this shit should be illegal.
But also, the way that they were punishing their children, people could not believe that they were sharing this with the internet, and also that they thought that this was something that they should be doing as parents, like sending their child to a wilderness behavioral camp, taking away their children's beds, taking away their children's rights to privacy, like taking their doors away, having their children be hungry as a punishment. There were just so many things that people could not believe that they were willing to share with the internet, and that they were proudly posting. And so people were happy to see the channel go. But obviously that did not mean that things stopped when those videos stopped getting made or posted. The household was very much the same, and people have felt like since Ruby had stopped posting on the 8 Passengers channel and she joined Jody Hilbrand in doing the Connections videos, she just got even stricter in her parenting, and her expectations for kids were just way too high, with any simple mistake being seen in her eyes as a child being selfish, not living in truth, which to her is the ultimate evil and deserved punishment. Her and Jody shared their extreme beliefs on their shared channel, and as time went on, they just seemed to get more outlandish with the things that they would say. And it's been the reason why they've been talked about so much, because people just sometimes cannot believe the things that will come out of their mouth. And it seems like these two are finally being held accountable, and I think a lot of people are really hoping that this is going to be a giant wake-up call to either one of them, especially Ruby, to really change the way that she has been in these last couple of years. But I mean, it's unclear if that will actually occur, because she is really in deep in Connections. Like, truly, the things that they have posted on this channel and the way that she already used to be strict, but then it amplified her views. Her joining this, it was giving cult vibes, it was giving brainwash vibes, and it's truly so sad to see. Ruby's daughter, Sherry, ended up opening up about this group, as well as other members of Ruby's family. They came out to say that they do not support Connections and that this program tears families apart. As once Ruby started getting really crazy in her beliefs with Connections, she bonded with Jody, and honestly, she stopped talking to her family. She isolated herself from her siblings, and her daughter stopped talking to her as well. Sherry's even opened up about Connections on podcasts before, talking about her experience in it, and seeing the group just get so extreme to the point of no longer wanting to be a part of it.
At that point, I was very convinced, like, this is too extreme. I need to do something, change something, but I wasn't sure how. Because, you know, I want to honor my family, we're supposed to honor our parents, and I felt that to disagree with them was sinful, and that God would be mad at me too if I did that. Whenever I'd go home, you know, it was like, oh, we use this language, we talk about things like this, and then I noticed, like, when I would leave my family, like, I would just feel, like, spiritually drained. Like, I just wouldn't feel great.
Yeah.
I would, like, overhear conversations and just, like, find myself internally, like, this isn't right, like, this isn't okay, and so it got to the point where I was like, I can't keep pretending like everything's fine.
And in the end, it was just harmful, but her parents were stuck in this world, and it's what tore them apart. She's remained close with her aunts and uncles, but as for her immediate family, the last time she spoke out, she was not in contact with her parents. And who knows what the future will hold. Hopefully Ruby can get the help that she needs to unlearn a lot of what she did with Jody, and the future can be better for the kids that are still growing up under the Frankie roof. I mean, obviously we don't know what's going to be happening to them now that Ruby has been arrested. Luckily, Sherry is in college right now, living away from her parents, but as for the other 5, it's kind of unclear where each of them are and how badly they were affected by the Connections group. And also, it's just like, what happens now? Like, these two certainly can't just go back to giving parenting advice like they once were. Not with something like this on the record. I mean, if they do, they seriously have some audacity, and there would be something seriously wrong with anyone willing to take advice from these two at this point. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens. As more information comes out, I'll be sharing the updates, but that is what I have heard about the arrest.
Wow, that is so fucked up. You starved your children as punishment? Took away their bed so you made them sleep on the floor as punishment? Like, that is wild. So she needs to do some serious time. I hope some serious charges gets pressed, because this is wild. And the fact that there was so much evidence over the years of what she was doing, and it took this long to arrest her is crazy. This legal system is terrible. It's terrible. Like, what? If there was so much proof, so many videos that showed how she was neglecting her children, why did it take this long? Just, I can only imagine the emotional turmoil that her kids already had to go through. Like, this is wild. Y'all let me know what y'all thought, though. Let me know what other videos you want to watch, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.